you can check, are buyers actually in control? So if strong buying comes in, that breakout is real. But if sellers are absorbing everything, that's a fake breakout. And this is where most traders lose money. They're trading the pattern, not activity behind it. So this is what gives you precision, not just knowing where price might react, but knowing if it actually will. So this is an order flow pattern. So what you see is the pattern behind right. Right, so let's have a look. Alright, let's get rid of all these levels. So the US market opened in 19 minutes. So in the meantime, we can get some levels drawn and expect kind of where the price would move.
Ever feel like your brain has
Right. Take a look at things in wider time frames first, and then we can kind of look in the lower time frames to see if we have some kind of levels formed. And currently we're not getting many strong levels. We want to see a perfect touch. I mean, that's the best we can get for 5 minutes. And then as for so based on those levels there, we can kind of understand that we have got a key level there. So yeah, like I said, based off of the current market structure, we do look like we've got a bullish move towards that resistance level, and then potentially what would be perfect would be if we get some confirmation of that resistance level, which would pretty much be the wick touching that level, and that shows us that the level is there and gives us a stronger confirmation of the strength of the level itself. So realistically now, what we can do is wait for the price to come up to that resistance level, and in the meantime we can check out like Doge, for example. I mean, all the futures would realistically act based off of how Bitcoin kind of acts. So if Bitcoin moves up, Ethereum and Doge and Solana will all move up as well. So it all, like I said, is kind of based on how Bitcoin moves and how Bitcoin acts. So we had some very important news for Thursday and Friday, I believe. Wednesday we have official cash rate, RNBZ rate statement, press conference, nothing too dramatic. But then for Thursday we had a final GDP, core PC price index, and then we have for Friday, so that was Thursday, and then for Friday we have unemployment rate, unemployment change, unemployment rate, core CPI, CPI monthly and CPI yearly, I believe, which means Friday will be pretty harsh. So Friday does look to be pretty harsh. So it's genuinely quiet for now, by the looks of it. 5-minute time frame doesn't tell us too much, but the 1 minute does seem pretty sharp. So we'll wait it out for a little bit longer until that market opens, and then we'll see where price wants to head. So we don't rush into a trade and start like we kind of started last time, which would be pretty bad. So we'll wait those 8 minutes out and see what happens.
WhatsApp audio.
This music seems a bit depressing, so I'll have to change it. There we go. So we've got about 7 more minutes left. Got 6 more minutes. I feel like this might be a buy, a long position opportunity, as we do have the RSI dipping, plus this indicator is very low, you can see. So the places where it was at this low is like a place where the price has started to pick back up speed for a reversal. Got about 3 more minutes for the US market open. feel like we're going to see a continuation of that price up until that resistance level, definitely. We've got 1 more minute. We've got 1 more minute left for that US market open. And the US market is now open. I've seen we've already got a bigger drop. You can see how fast the market's moving currently. There's a lot of movement, but we are going to wait for a move up to that resistance level, and then we can kind of base it off of that. Well, that's if we don't get a true break. So if we get a false break and then reverse up back down to the support level, then we're all good. But due to all this geopolitics and everything that's been currently going on, I'm not really expecting the price to jump much higher, as conflict is very, very high at the minute. Plus at 8 o'clock we have the Trump, 8 PM Eastern time, Trump talk. I don't know how accurate this news source is, but I know what I'm looking for. So Trump threatens Iran could be taken out in one night, eyeing Iranian oil and tolls on homes. So pretty much what's been happening is that I'll talk about this in the previous video actually. So the Strait of Hormuz, so this strait here is pretty much 20% the global LNG trade, 30% of the global seaborne oil trade. So it's a very, 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 very important route, and when a route gets disrupted, then we are pretty cooked. We're not really feeling the impact straight away, like now, but we can expect some kind of prolonged effect. So right now we might not feel it as much, but say, I don't know, 50 oil tankers have exploded. They've blown them up. That's millions of litres of oil. And to put that into perspective, pretty much them oil tankers, they left before this even happened. So they obviously sail, and it takes a very long time, to get from one end of the world to the other. I think it's about 15 to 17 kilometers an hour that they, go at. So that's like, I think that was like riding a bike, like at an average speed. So that's how fast they actually move. And if you actually think about it, then it's very, very slow. And when another big ship like that gets destroyed, you're not going to feel the impact straight away, as you've got loads of millions of other ships. So you might feel it, I don't know, in a month, in 2 months, maybe 3 months. So yeah, it's very, very hard right now. See, we haven't really got much movement at all. I've got no movement whatsoever. mean, I thought we'd get something, but we have got literally nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. Like, it's just consolidated. We've got, I feel like it's just price, no price movement. We're getting the 50-50 equal at the minute. I mean, there's not much movement for either of the. We actually did come up quite a bit. That was this morning. So I need to get a support and resistance level drawn out. The wider we go, the better, obviously. But we have dipped quite far on that bottom end, so I believe I'll have to find a level in this area, but that might not be possible as we don't really have much movement. I mean, I feel that's the best we can get right now. It's better than nothing, but something like that. So we could realistically trade that, but it won't be, you know, too big of a trade. So what we actually need to see is a bullish move up to that resistance level, and then we can potentially look for a trade. And then as for Doge seems to be kind of in the same structure. So something like that. So there is a level there. You got this candle touching, this candle touching. It's not as strong as we want it to be, but we do have the false break as well. So what you want to see in the key level is like a false break too. Well, the more candles you have, obviously the better. But yeah, this is currently what we have going on. So you could see that candle ending at this exact place where it currently is. That would give us another good indication of the support level. It would, well, maybe we're not going to get that. Price has come down pretty harsh. Pretty harsh. There's a pretty sharp move there. take profit is just above our resistance level, so we need a push slightly through it, which would be great to see. Currently we are seeing a lot of strength from the buyers. We had a bit of trouble getting back up through that level. We're getting there, slowly but surely. So currently we're seeing a little bit of resistance. You see this area was kind of like a support level. What do you guys think is going to happen after that Trump thing, when he says what he's going to do with Iran? So it's coming to an end today. So Trump gave Iran those 10 days to kind of just chill out, and today is that final day where a decision has to be made. So what do you guys think is going to happen now? Personally, just how things currently are at the minute, I think we might be in a bit of a bad position. I think it's going to be bad because I don't know. I feel like the world's just full of people who want to be the bigger man, they don't want to back down or do want to be seen as the bigger man, and I feel like it'll just come into this massive conflict. That's if Iran don't give any surrender or
negotiation. Like if they don't want to get negotiate, then I think it'll be a bit of trouble for everyone. But Trump did say he will like flatten the place, so you know, we'll have to see what happens, because there is a chance of a nuclear strike happening, which, you know, would be very bad. But yeah. So that candle's got about 30 seconds left to fully form. About 22 seconds, 20 seconds. It would be very, very nice to see. Nope, the idea's gone out the window. The idea was, it would have, you know, it would have been, but now it's not available anymore. So what I would have thought would have been nice was a candle wick onto that line. So this is the support level, this line here. So if we were to get a wick, let me show you. So for example, that is the candle. Let's mark it red. And then we have the wick touching that perfectly. That would be very, very good, because it will show that there is strength in that support level. So it'd give us like a stronger level, pretty much. Hello, sir. I think I've seen you before. I think I remember my my loyal watchers, like live tune-ins. You can see an evening star. One second. Yeah, I get what you're saying, evening star. Get what you're saying. I've currently got a oh, you said Bitcoin. Yeah, same kind of thing here and here. Currently we are on Solana. What, you think it's going to break the structure, and where do you think it's going to come up to? previous peak maybe of 80.38. That's for thingy, innit? Cooked. We just got cooked. Yes, Bitcoin. Alright. Where are you shorting to? What's your take profit? Why do I long? Because I don't believe Bitcoin will come down any longer. It's coming back into this key level now. That's why this key level is still here. You can see it. And what is it going to do in this key level? So is it going to keep coming down more and more? Or what are we going to see? So it's going to have a bit of trouble here, where it's currently at. That's the support level. Currently acting as resistance. And then realistically, the only place we could expect another move from would be about here. Left or right? Left or right? Which one? I'll go left. Shit. Cooked. It's fine. $67K would be, let me mark it out. $67K, bro, that's all the way down here. There. Everyone's looking like the longs, putting longs on. So we've got a 7, so in an hour we've got a 7.47 million to 378K. That is pretty weak. That is pretty weak.
second, let me just log in. Right, let's get back into it. Is this right? Is this the one you was referring to? Cool. So you see all the blue. So pretty much what we have here is 67,421, 14 million liquidation. And then 67,300 is 12 million. 67,200 is 16 million. So this is a very big magnet for the price to come down. We've got 16 million, 12, 14, 6, 13, 5, nothing there. I do believe we might actually go to 67k. So
So this would be a good place to buy. Sorry, sell short position. Do 66.7. I mean, there's a lot of liquidity, judging from that price range. The most is at, yeah, the most is over here at, what is it? $16.5 million. Crazy. 67,252. And what about for the upside? I mean, for the upside, there's quite a lot more. What are you doing here today? Trading, bro. What do you mean? We have 34 million. So the strongest level is at 70k, 38 million. We've got 34 at about 69.5. So now we just wait. Now we just wait. Bruh. Is the price really gonna jump about like that? I'm expecting now would be a big push to the downside. What have we got here? We need more. So we need trade Avant, Link, Pump Fund. Yeah, I mean, there's quite a lot, you know. Longs are gambling at this level. Kind of, yeah. Looking a bit shaky for Bitcoin, not gonna lie. That's a new one, 20 million. Liquidation leverage, 11, 5, 13, 6, 14, 12. Upside does look pretty strong as well. You need someone to just dump it. We need someone to dump it. We need some more short positions. We don't need longs. Longs are not good. Are we getting some price accumulation, or what are we getting? I feel like it might be a bit of a prolonged consolidation. That's how I feel. Oh my days. We are cooked. We are cooked. I don't even want to look at that number. maybe my size is just too big. Not sure. Yeah, probably. Literally. I mean, that's what I'm thinking, like, what the hell? not looking too good today. I think we'll be below 60k. I think so too. I mean, tonight we've got that thing coming out from Trump with Iran. So when these things happen, you've got markets, you know, kind of reacting badly. So we'll see what happens tonight, and then, you know, we'll go on from there. But personally, I think the situation is going to be, I mean, it's either going to be really bad, or we are going to kind of even out. The markets are going to get more predictable, more easy flowing, you know, not as chaotic as they have been all this time. So So we've got some kind of resistance level there. You see the price is kind of coming in, and then it's getting rejected again, coming in, getting rejected, and again here, and again looks like it's the same thing's happening here. So he'll drive the market up tonight and then drive it down himself over the weekend. He always does this because it's traditional markets close on weekend, except Bitcoin never closes. Maybe. I'm not too sure what to expect on what he says. It's either going to be everything's fine, we've come to an agreement, or everything's like, you know, fucked, and then they're gonna just start bombing the shit out of Iran. So that's like the two scenarios we have. So we've got the Iran getting absolutely just blown up, or we have some kind of negotiation, some kind of you know, chilled resolving to this situation. But I think it's going to be pretty chaotic. But then at the same time, I'm not too sure. Like, we might even get some kind of, you know, peaceful. get rid of it then. Placed stop loss order at the entry point of the institution and still lost money. Yeah, it's kind of strange, not gonna lie. We've got quite a lot of consolidation at the minute, like this whole area, so we've been consolidating for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. About 30 minutes. Yes. So we're getting still some consolidation, not really much to say. Liquidation heat map wise, what have we got? Have we got any more increased? Still relatively the same.
right of the page. $13, 14, 16, 9. There is a bit of an increase. I didn't see 9 before in there. 9 was definitely not in there. For the upside, there's a lot more for the upside, obviously. There's like 34, 10, 14, and so on and so on. Whether we are going to see a continuation, I'm not too sure. I don't know. It's I don't know why I've seen more. Ah. $45. Alright, let's see. We're still continuing on that bearish move. Yeah, there's a lot of yellow now. Where has it gone? Yeah, yellow's literally crazy. We've got set 61 million, 43. It's a bit of a dark, like a yellowy here. 45. Not too much, but you know, it's still quite a bit. Maybe get the yellow downside we are going to. Maybe. You mean here? I think that's new as well, isn't it? Yeah, it's 58 now. Do seem to be on a higher climb at the minute. Higher push, bigger push.
sus. Coming back in for a reversal now. Still at 58 million. I believe it was 54 a minute ago. We'll just retry that. 21. Yeah, the upside does look a bit more scary. Got like 61, 50, 49. So realistically, we might actually stop at that 67k. So what we're expecting now is a continued move down to that 67k. But I'm not really liking the fact that it keeps spiking up like that. I used my Fibonacci extension, very nice. Right, I'll be back in literally 5 minutes. Right boys, I'm back. Of course, Bitcoin's cooked again. Tut tut tut. What are we thinking? I feel like it's going to come back down to that same level though. So it might be leaning towards that side. Or is that the case? There is still quite a lot of strength in the from the sellers, not gonna lie. You can see that it's, you know, not letting that price continue driving bullish. So we had that big reversal here. So what I'd want to see right now would be a continuation down. Maybe get to here, bit of resistance again, and then continue down. If we do come past this previous peak here, then I believe we might be in for a reversal. not looking too good. It's not looking too good, not gonna lie. Not looking too good. If you get a reversal now, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy. You think? Morning star in 45 minutes. It's a trap. I mean, it doesn't look very nice at all. Like, currently, from what I'm seeing, it just doesn't look good. Like, market structure wise, there's no trending, there's no relative price action. It's very unpredictable. Like, especially here, we've got a random push. We've got a big bullish candle there, and then we've kind of got like a uptrend here, and then it's just consolidating here, and then this thing, whatever that was. Yeah, it's a bit not too funny. I mean, it was the same yesterday, like choppy and unpredictable. I mean, looking at that, we kind of have some confirmation here as well. You know, we got this candle touch and that candle touch. As for the same thing for the support level, one there, one there. We'd have a false, well, we've got a false breakout for the resistance, and actually we've got one for the support as well. So key level wise, it's not the best key level, but it is there. But purely off of that, I don't think we can really get a trade. Where's my RSI indicator gone? We're at 58.34 at the minute. See, false break, confirmation of the resistance level. We can get another one here. It would be very nice if we did. Would show us, you know, a stronger indication that the level is there. But I mean, it has slowed down quite a lot. I want to see how much time we've got left on that candle. Yeah, so that candle does confirm that level. See, it's on the way down now. Now we wait. mean, I would say a lot more, but there isn't a lot to say. Markets today have been very choppy, very unpredictable, I'd say. Even at the market open, which was at 4:30, when it opened, I didn't really see what I normally see. You know, a lot more movement. It was more consolidated, more unpredictable and choppy, and just very well, not nice movement in overall. Like, I'm practically just trading Bitcoin really. Other futures and commodities are not really as well structured. So like you got Doge, I mean, from Doge, we've got a clear support level. We could go in for a short position for a bounce off that support level, but at the same time, we don't want to risk it too much, do we? We can just expect that continuation for Bitcoin on a bearish downtrend. Might see a downtrend. It might just be a bearish movement. Sharp or consolidated, I'm not too sure, but I'm expecting a mix of both. That's just, you know, thinking market structure wise at the minute. Not very nice, not very predictable, like I said before. Choppy action is not what we want to see. We'll get some like resistance, and then we'll still obviously get those continuations. We are going to get a continued movement, bearish. I'm not seeing a candle time. There we go. So about 20 more seconds left for that candle to fully form. We will get some resistance, and then we'll get that continued movement. There we go. And that's going to push through this level here. You see, it had a bit of a rejection, came back up slightly. Now it's coming back down to that same area. Looks like it's having a bit of trouble getting through. So it might suggest that we've got some resistance at that level there. So there'll be definitely a video tomorrow regarding what Trump will say tonight. So make sure you all stay tuned in for that. Be tomorrow morning. So keep your notifications on to be the first to know what has happened and what it means for the markets, because sometimes the news isn't obviously, you hear something but you don't know what they're saying. So like they say, oh, you know, this route has been now available. I mean, from that you can obviously understand what it means. Obviously a good thing, routes are back in transport and no disruption is caused, but sometimes you get some things that are said from the news and maybe you don't understand fully what that means, but obviously it's our job to know what these things do and cause. So you guys will be the first to get a full breakdown of what's happening, what has happened, and how it impacts the market, oil, and all other things. So make sure you stay tuned in for that. You guys can also check out Evidex in the description down below. Take you to the link. I literally use this platform every day. You guys should know if you watch the lives every day. Then yeah, I'm on the platform every single day. I've said day about 3 times in that sentence, but okay. But yeah, make sure you check it out if you haven't already. Not been too active today, not been very predictable or nice. The market has been very choppy. You can see a lot of consolidation, you know, very volatile, choppy price action here. Same kind of thing here, and then here as well. And then overall, this area too. So today has not been too exciting. There are days like this. Some days are very easy, you know. You get on and you trade and everything goes good. And yeah, but other days like this, when the market is very slow and fragile and you know, not too trendy or anything, it does get a bit annoying, but that's just how it is. And yeah, we have to, you know, accept that. But yeah, judging from tonight's speech from Trump, you will see the effect that it has on the market tomorrow. Well, most likely immediately after what he says. It all depends on, you know, what he actually does say. So, you know, but Bitcoin does operate 24/7. So Bitcoin will probably be the first to, you know, feel it, because it is a very, it's like a safe asset at the minute for people. And yeah, some people obviously have that fear factor where they do get scared, and then they, you know, sell everything in case it drops, you know, in price. So yeah, like I say, it all depends really on what he says. So it could either be really good or really bad. But if it's really bad, then, you know, you might see a sharper move in the market. But if it's really good, we might see the market kind of getting back to normal, not being, you know, like it is now, all choppy and volatile and, you know, unpredictable. What we want to do is obviously predict the markets and get profits. I mean, that's the goal for everyone, I believe. You can see that there is strength in the sellers. Buyers seem to be overpowering by quite a bit. Not so fun to see. but it currently does look like a false break to me. So it looks like a false break has actually happened. been a very, very slow session, a very negative session in that matter. Yeah, it's not too good. It's not too good. So we'll have to close that position. You can see we're getting a very big push to the upside. So we've not had well, really any good trades today, not gonna lie. Yeah, so it's been, yeah, glad we got out of that trade. Look how big that move is. So we might see a bigger upwards move now, so potentially to this previous peak, and if it continues then we could either see a jump up to even like 70k, so 69,138 is that blue level at the top. So if we do go past that previous peak at about 68,600, then we can expect a continuation towards that blue level that we have at the top marked out there. We'll definitely see some consolidation and some resistance on the way, but for now that is what we are expecting. So make sure you guys stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Just interest wise, have a look yourselves tonight what Trump does actually say. You know, it is important to stay up to speed with the latest things that are happening around the world. So you can kind of expect on what tomorrow's video will be like, depending on what Trump does say today. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully we don't get higher fuel prices, which will be very, very, very bad. And at that point, you might as well sell your car and buy a donkey or a horse or something that doesn't run on fuel. Well, their own fuel, but you know what I mean, diesel and petrol, so you can feed it some grass and hay and stuff like that. But yeah, fuel prices here are currently about €2.20 a litre for diesel and about 180 to 190 for petrol, which is pretty bad. You can feel the effect starting to come on, but I mean, if this thing doesn't go as smooth as we all probably want it to, then we can definitely expect a lot more problems and hardship, because I know how things are and I don't think anyone is a millionaire, so people will be struggling, which is definitely not good. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't say something too bad. And I mean, World War III has already started, but it's not, you know, full on global scale. Currently it's just the Middle East, you know, we're all sat at home, we can sleep, we can do what we want to do, but yeah, in some places it's not so good, in like, you know, the Middle East, where war is going on, people are dying, and you know, things aren't looking too bright. But yeah, we'll see what Trump has to say tonight, and then yeah, we'll kind of see what happens tomorrow. So stay tuned for that video. Make sure you check out today's video as well, where I talk about a very interesting topic. I'm not going to tell you what it is, so you have to, you know, check it out yourselves. So price wise, yeah, we're gonna, looks like we've come up from this level here. We're in for a reversal by the looks of it. The indicators, that RSI indicator does kind of tell us we could be in for a reversal. You see we've got a peak here, then potentially we could see a longer move up to about that 67 range. So it did go up to 68,482. So we can expect maybe a push towards this previous peak, which was about 68,605. So for now, that is all. So not so good of a session today, but we move, we learn, and be better in the next one. So before I let you go, make sure to check out that link in the description below where you'll find Everdex. I've mentioned this platform very many times, so do check it out if you haven't already. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.